All right, hello class. Today my presentation about Mechano Presentations is on the fibrosis, the pathological matrix and differentiation. I found this topic from the stem cell paper, and it's by me. So what is fibrosis? Well, fibrosis is when tissue either thickens or it causes scarring to tissue. So what that basically means is that normally what you have in your tissue is thin and smooth, normal walls of tissue you have. And when fibrosis occurs, it usually causes it to become either very thick and very stiff. And we've seen that a lot with when like for example arteries undergo stress, they can get very thick and have a lot of stress. So that's what fibrosis is. What is the extracellular matrix? The ECM. The ECM helps cells with attaching, with how they communicate, how they move, how they function, and how they grow. Most importantly, this is how this kind of ties into fibrosis. The ECM is very important and very involved in repairing damaged tissue. And also the ECM is something that's non-cellular and it's present in tissues and organs. So fibrosis, the pathological matrix and differentiation. So basically what happens is in tissue sometimes you have an excess buildup of fibrosis among tissue. So what this happens is so when you have this pathological basically means like a lot, like a lot amount of. So when you have a bunch of fibrosis in tissues, it causes a lot of scarring. So when it causes scarring, that causes the ECM to come over and try to fix it. And when this happens, this causes dysregulated repair and it initiates it. So when this initiates, it causes progressive fibrotic tissue buildup, which will then inhibit and stem cell repair will be undermined. What is the result of fibrosis in tissue injuries? Usually when fibrosis and tissue-related injuries occur together, the most probable result is death. Actually, it says in the paper that that tissue-related injuries and fibrosis contribute to at least half of the deaths developed in the world, which is a big number. So actually fibrosis actually reflects an imbalance between synthesis and degradation of the ECM. And also that ECM and fibrosis can be affected by mechanical stress. And remember that mechanical stress is the ability of something to either have fluid-like qualities or solid-like qualities. A great example of this, it would be your spine, right? The water inside, when it's dehydrated, it can be very solid-like, and when it's hydrated, it's very fluid-like. So the ECM and fibrosis are affected by this. This is a diagram that basically explains how ECM, but with pathological accumulation of fibrosis, and how it inhibits stem cell repair, and how it causes basically tissue to be stiff and scarring. So you have your fibroblasts, your myofibroblast. Your myofibroblast is actually the catalyst for this. And you can just see how in the pictures in the diagrams that how the tissue is becoming more stiffer and stiffer every single time that the ECM is contracted by the myofibroblast. Thank you guys for my presentation. And if you have any questions or concerns, I'm more than welcome to ask me them. Bye. Okay, that was easy.